Turning back to that other breaking news, Prince Harry and Meghan and this near catastrophic car chase through New York. I want to welcome in British broadcaster Henry Bonsu this morning. Henry, thank you for being with us. I know that we're still gathering a lot of details about this. What are you hearing from your sources about what happened in New York last night specifically?
Well, there's been talk of this car chase. There's been talk of this extraordinary pursuit, which has haunted echoes of what happened to Prince Harry and Prince William's mother, the late Diana, Princess of Wales, in Paris in August 1997, which tragically ended in her death, that of her partner, the driver, Henri Paul. And this is one of the things that has fueled Prince Harry over the years, his intense hatred of the paparazzi, especially those who are hired by British newspapers. We don't know who the paparazzi are. We've not really seen any clear images yet, waiting for further statements from his office and, of course, indeed, from Buckingham Palace, because although Prince Harry is no longer a working royal, he's still in line to the throne, although some way down, and he is still the second son of the king. So we're waiting further information. People are very, very concerned. There's an awful lot of chatter on social media. Security experts are giving their views. How and why was this allowed to go on for 2 hours? Why didn't the driver pull over and wait for the NYPD? Where was the intelligence? Where was the security detail? A whole lot of questions at the moment, Marni, and not a lot of answers.
Right. And one other question, Henry, or at least point that this brings up, is Harry's request and Harry and Meghan's request that they continue to have security for their family, to protect their kids, whether they are overseas or here in the United States, that is a necessity given who they are and the royal family. This just further indicates that step, at least in their minds, is something that must happen.
Well, indeed, it's a long-running court case, Marni. And in fact, the prince's lawyers are in court only this week. They've taken both the Home Office and the Metropolitan Police Service to court to argue that Harry, even though he's no longer a working royal, does need to be able to pay for that kind of intelligence and that kind of security himself, whatever the cost. Because he is no longer part of the active working royal family, he's not entitled to the kind of protection that his brother would have, or Princess Anne, his aunt, and of course, the king and other members of the working royals. So it just so happens that this week, the case is in court and it's being argued out, and it's going to really concentrate minds now more than ever. What a coincidence.
Right, Henry. And the other thing is, is there more attention being paid to Harry and Meghan because they left the royal family, because they moved to the United States?
They are getting so much attention because they are box office. Even though in the popularity stakes, they're at around minus 27 here in the UK, their popularity is being shored up mainly by millennials and Gen Zers. But even though Harry spent only 28 hours here for his father's coronation a week and a half ago, he is still, and Meghan is still, on the front pages every other day, if not on the front page, inside the newspapers, because they shift newspapers. Any picture of them is guaranteed to generate more interest in the cable news and on mainstream news. So even though they are nowhere near this country, they're thousands of miles away, a new life in California, appearing for this big event last night, they generate so much attention. They make so much money for these newspapers here, for these online organizations, even those who profess to hate them. They cannot leave them alone.
Right. Do we expect to hear from the royal family in all of this? I know they're always so quiet.
There'll be a huge amount of back and forth going on behind the scenes before the palace makes an official statement, because that is what people are going to hold on to. We'll wait and see if we get any more from the Duke and Duchess of Sussex own PR team. There is all kinds of conspiracy theories going on. I don't want to air any of them here, but we will wait and see. The dust has not yet settled. Yeah,
and this is not a conspiracy, Henry, but the wound that his mother's death created for Prince Harry, I mean, losing her was the biggest life-changing event for him. I'm reading his book, Spare, right now, and I find myself so sympathetic to him as a kid, dealing with her death and learning of it. I mean, it took him a while to even be convinced that it actually happened and that he thought she was hiding somewhere, right? This couldn't have happened. And now his relationship with the paparazzi, right? I mean, it goes back to his mom's death and how tragic and heartbreaking that was for him, that he wants to protect his own family from finding themselves in in the same fate. I mean, you talk about coincidence. I mean, this is an old wound. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.